Hello my good people and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing my September favorites and I'm excited. This is one of my most favorite videos to record and watch. So I got some goodies for you, not a ton because I have kind of used the same products over and over again, but that means I love them. So grab yourself something to drink, hang out with me, and let's get started. Like always, I will put inserts of me applying this makeup using my favorite products and also timestamps. I'm going to talk about perfumes and a couple other things, and if you're not interested, you can just skip right ahead. I am going to start with perfumes because it is my weakness. Makeup and perfumes is just something that, oof, I adore. I have two new perfumes here and I am so excited. These were gifted to me by Twisted Lily, but I picked the perfumes that I want to send, which is such a gift because many of these perfumes I've been waiting to buy for a while, and the fact that I was sent these is just a dream come true, honestly. The first perfume is this one, Poets of Berlin by Vilhelm Parfumerie. Now, I have been smelling this every time we drive to Alabama. They have a stand there at not Saks, but a different store, and I smell a lot of their perfumes. I adore this brand. It's a very much my vibe. Dear Palia is one of my go-to perfumes, but this one right here is like the perfect fall fragrance. I adore it. It's funny because my sister and I were talking about perfumes a lot. She enjoys perfumes and she did not love this. And so I kind of skipped. I didn't even want to smell it. But once I sprayed it on myself, I couldn't stop thinking about it. There's something so unique in this. It opens up with blueberries. It's almost like a blueberry pie, a warm blueberry pie, but then it sets down really, really nicely. I'm gonna read the notes. The top is lemon and blueberry, and it does have a little bit of that brightness in the opening. The heart notes are vanilla, green, orris, and the base is vanilla, sandalwood, and vetiver. And I love this. To me, this smells definitely that blueberry sticks around. I actually can't smell right now because my nose is all stuffy, but I find it like a nice warmer scent. It's vanilla, but it's not the regular vanilla. It has some green to it. And again, that opening, that lemon blueberry makes it so unique. I've heard people saying that this reminds them of Marc Jacobs' Decade something, I can't remember. Wait, let me look it up. Decadence. I think that one's discontinued, but I personally have smelled both of them, and I see similarities, but this one, to me, on the skin, it is so much more special. It's actually quite long lasting and it has a projection. People ask me what I'm wearing when I wear this. This is a perfect fall perfume. It is not a blind buy. You need to sample this. Twisted Lily has samples. You can buy a few samples and test it out. It has a scent that, for example, my sister, it bothered her. I absolutely adore it. So this is my #1 perfume this month. Another one that I didn't even know they were going to send this. This is Dama Bianca by Xerjoff. Now, I have been asking them for this scent for months, and it's always sold out, and so they just gave me a small one, a 30 ml, but this is a vanilla scent, but it has a brightness to it. It's not a super warm vanilla, so I find it very pleasant on anybody, and it's pleasant to be around. It smells a little bit like the Sol de Janeiro. Let me look up that for that number. The number 40 from Sol de Janeiro, the one that has like, okay, you can't see it, a thing. The darker pink, it smells similar to that, but obviously this is much more long lasting and a little bit more refined and elegant. But it's a scent that everybody would like. This one leans quite feminine in my opinion. The Poets of Berlin, this could be unisex, but this one is more powdery. It has vanilla, it has some violet in it, and you can kind of smell it in the opening. It's also quite bright in the opening, and I was kind of surprised for a vanilla scent. I have here the notes. It's powder, vanilla, violet, floral, musky, yada yada. Let's see the actual notes. Kumquat and lime in the opening, and it has that brightness to it, which I really like, and it also stays throughout the day. The middle, there's some flowers, violet, iris, lilac, and then the base has sandalwood, cedar, white musk. It doesn't say, oh yeah, vanilla. I was like, wait, this is a vanilla scent. Anyway, this is a very crowd-pleasing scent. I don't think it's overpowering. It's quite feminine, and I think anybody would love it. Third one that I've used, again, these are the three that I've mainly used this month because it's that transition from summer to fall, and I think Poets of Berlin was a perfect transition. This one is still I kind of feel like it's a spring summer fragrance or a summer into fall, but it's not a full fall fragrance. This is a little brighter. But Gypsy Water from Byredo, I've talked about this before, so I'm going to be really quick about it, but I'm obsessed with this scent. I try to stop using it as much just because it's so expensive, and I'm going to go through it way too quickly, but this is... I can't smell a thing. Again, I don't even know why I'm trying. My nose is completely stuffy. But again, this has been like my daily fragrance. So those are the three fragrances of the month. And also with Twisted Lily, I have a coupon of Tania 10 for 10% off. I will link it down below. I don't even have skincare. I've been using the same old. And moving on to makeup primers, it's kind of the same things. I'm still really hooked with my Merit oil. I kind of stopped using it a little bit in the summer because I felt like maybe it was making me a little bit too shiny, but now I'm back on it because I have a lot of dryness and eczema and struggling with, I don't know if this is allergy. I think it's allergy because it's just a lot of pressure and my nose is stuffy all the time. But I've been actually really enjoying that. I feel like it gives me moisture, and combined with the foundation I'll show you in just a little bit, it works magic. And another primer that I use all the time is my Glowish primer. I really enjoy it. I think it does a great job, but I've talked about these a lot. Now for foundations, I actually have two new foundations that, I mean, I've reviewed them on my channel, but they've made it into favorites, which doesn't happen often. This first one is from Ciele. This is their Tint and Protect SPF 50. I adore this foundation slash serum. It is a light to medium coverage. It has a pipette SPF 50, which has been wonderful because many times I just throw this on with my hands on top of a different SPF. I don't use this as my main SPF, but if I'm outside a lot, it's actually nice to know that I have another 50 SPF on top. And this is just an easy, beautiful, it's not that super glowy foundation. For a serum like this, I was expecting this to be extremely glowy, but it's actually not. It is more of a natural finish, which I really like. I've heard people that have super oily skin say it broke up on them, and people that have extremely dry skin that it was drying on them. So I don't know. For me, it works amazing even over dry patches. I haven't seen any issue. An amazing discovery. And I just found out that Nikki, the owner, used to own Rowan, which I loved that brand. Their eyeshadow, I still have them. They're expired and I don't have the heart to throw them out, but that makes complete sense because I'm loving this brand so much. And then the other foundation is, let me find it around here, this one from Mob Beauty. This foundation stole my heart. I did not expect anything from this foundation, even though I love Mob. You know, I love their creators, their chemist is absolutely fabulous, but I don't know, a cream foundation like this never pulled me in. I love my RMS palette that is all like these waxy creams, but I like that in my kit. I didn't love it just all over the face. I like to kind of contour and I liked to correct the skin and pinpoint and things like that, but this completely shocked me. I love this one. If I want a foundation that looks like skin, very perfecting, and lasts all day, this is it. I'm going to New York in a couple weeks and I will pack this one. First of all, the packaging, it's tiny. I love this. It doesn't take much space. But the longevity, the way it sits on the skin, it is not greasy. It is not too emollient where it moves around. I was shook. This foundation is fabulous and you guys need to try it. It blew me away. Today I kind of showed you on top of the Ciele because I wanted to show you how it works, and it is beautiful. I felt like that kind of brought my skin to perfection. It's a light to medium, medium to full coverage because you can really maneuver the product and sheer it out or build it up. Absolutely incredible. Good job, Mob. You did it. You stole my heart. And this is the product that I wanted to tell you, that married oil with the Mob. This combination worked so well on my skin. That's it for foundations. I still kind of use my Hourglass, but these are the two that I've reached for over and over again because they were new and I wanted to test them out, and I was so impressed. Actually, there's another foundation that I pulled back into my top drawer. It's none other than the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. This is in 3.5 and this is such a good shade. I got it for my sister, but I'm like, this is my perfect shade right now. And it's wonderful. Such a staple foundation. I mean, I think I have 7 or 8 different shades, maybe more, in my collection, and I adore it. It's absolutely incredible. For concealers, I have a few that I've worn a lot this month and really enjoy it. First is the Gucci. I've tested it out. I think I've done a full day wear test and really enjoy this product. It's a very light on the skin. It gives me good coverage. I don't need to set it. It's a great product. There's something about it that looks so flawless under the eyes, but it looks good on the skin as well. It reminds me a dot of the Tower 28, just in the sense that I can use it all over the face and it looks great. The Tower 28, I think that is, I don't know, such a unique concealer. That serum, very radiant, and it works so well all over the skin. This Gucci is not as radiant as the Tower 28, but it works really well all over the skin. So that I've been reaching for quite a bit. Tower 28 as well, but I've been testing it out other concealers, so I've had to kind of like step back from this one and test the other ones that I've been using. I'm trying to get that concealer roundup video soon, but I really want to test all of them for quite a bit so I can have a good idea. But this Makeup by this Makeup Forever, I always confuse those. Makeup Forever concealer, I adore this. I cannot put it down for day-to-day use. It's a light to medium coverage. You can have a medium coverage with this. It's very luminous, very beautiful and blurring under the eyes. It is an amazing concealer. The shade 2.2 is my favorite, and this is kind of new and I'm already kind of down to here. And I have 2 of them and I've used this one in conjunction with the 2.2 and 2.0, and yeah, this has been a holy grail in my collection. But one that I'm actually so surprised I'm putting in the favorites, because I gave it a good review, but it wasn't like my all-time favorite. Like with Tower 28, I was like hooked in immediately. But this is the Makeup by Mario concealer, and I think I gave it a decent review, but it was in my all-time favorite. I pulled it out a couple weeks ago and I just wanted to test it out some more so I can gather my thoughts, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. The way it worked with my even Ciele foundation, my Mob foundation works well. I've actually been using a lot of my Chanel Sublimage foundation, but you guys already know about this one. Just mixing this with all of these lighter foundations with a concealer that's fuller coverage, it is very light on the skin. I just really liked it. I was kind of shocked how much I've been enjoying it, and it lasts all day long. It covers so well. It works well over pores. I think for me initially, maybe it was just a little heavier, and I was expecting this to look much more like the foundation, to be very luminous, but this is not extremely luminous. It's actually quite natural on the matte side, but it does look really beautiful under the eyes, and this surprised me. I am very shocked that it is in my favorites because, I don't know, I just love it. Before I go into my Hourglass palettes, which you guys knew I was going to talk about them, I want to mention another Armani product. This is the Luminous Silk Liquid Bronzer Drops. I am back on this. I use it almost daily, even if I don't wear any foundation. It's just putting a little bit even all over the skin. You can mix it with a moisturizer, with your foundation. I use it a lot as a bronzer, the shade 100 as a bronzer. It is incredible. I cannot put it down. I use it every single day. Even if I put a different bronzer on top, I still use this one. It is probably the best release of 2023. You need to check this out. I've seen them on sale at Nordstrom, I think, and I think another brand. I will link it down below if I find any sales on it, but I'm mortified that they're gonna discontinue because I've seen them on sale here and there, and I'm like, they cannot. This is one of the best products in the makeup world, and they better not discontinue that. Now, moving on to these Hourglass palettes. You guys knew these were gonna be in here. I don't purchase these every year. I actually only had 2 other ones besides these. So I'm not this person that will purchase every year whatever they release, kind of like Natasha Denona. I'll purchase all their palettes or her palettes, but with Hourglass, I just don't. However, for some reason this year I was hooked. I think the packaging had a ton to do with it. This is the most elegant, like this owl one, to me is the most elegant packaging ever. But I was actually very surprised that I've been using the Snake palette, which has the leopard cover. Again, I have a 10% off with Hourglass. You just have to put Tania and you can get 10% off of this. You can customize them. They had a 20% off coupon. It was unlocked at VIP 20. I will link it down below if it's still available. But if not, Tania is always there for you. But this is the Snake, and I almost skipped this because it just looked dark. However, out of both of these, I think this is my favorite, at least the blushes. The blushes make it for me. I love all 3 of them. However, this top one right here, which is called Coral Haze, looks so beautiful on me. I do go light-handed, but it's not too much, you know? Even if I made a mistake and picked up a little bit too much, it just blends into my skin so well. It is the blush I'm using today combined with the Sunbeam, which has quite a lot of orange and warmth in it. I love the blushes in this collection. To me, even though they're made for deeper skin tones, I feel like they work so well, and the blushes are just more flattering on my skin tone than the Jellyfish palette that I'm going to talk in just a little bit. I also adore the bronzer in here. It is absolutely fabulous. The highlighter is the one thing that I don't reach for much just because it's quite warm. I use this kind of as a blush topper if I want more, you know, highlight or on the eyes, but the blushes, the bronzer, even the powder, the finishing powder, it's not that deep. I can actually use it. I just have to have a light hand. So this was a huge surprise. I use it daily. I'm not kidding you. Since I purchased these, both of these stay in my makeup bag and I use them every single day. Sometimes I'll combine them, sometimes I'll just use them by themselves, but they have been such a hit, and I think a lot of you guys people love it as well. And now this is the Jellyfish with the owl packaging, which the owl packaging is so beautiful and elegant yet unique. But here I really like the highlighter It's what I'm wearing right now. It's quite intense, but you have a light hint with it. I love the finishing powders. I just kind of put them all over the skin. I try to be gentle with them because they're quite brightening, but they're so beautiful. They give just a filter to your look. Also, the bronzer is incredible. I really, really like that shade. The blushes are really good as well. I'm not saying that these are not beautiful. They're just more pinky. And now because fall is here, I'm really leaning towards those warmer blushes. But this, I would say, works for me better overall, just because you can use the finishing powders. I can use every single one of these. But like I mentioned, I think the blushes in the Snake palette, it's just more unique and something that I don't have in my collection. So both of these, incredible. I am packing them, I think, both with me to New York. I'm like planning in my mind what I'm gonna pack because we're gonna be gone almost a week alone, just Andrew and I cannot wait. However, New York's flooding. Planning my makeup. I want to do a vlog of me planning the makeup or packing or something like that. I have plans. So because of that, those are like mainly the only blushes, bronzers that I've used, even highlighters. The other one that I've used quite a bit is the Ciele, and this is the same brand as the Serum. I have done a review. Again, all their products have SPF 50 in them, and this is a beautiful, beautiful blush. I use it as a lip product as well as a blush. It is just gorgeous. It's kind of like a brighter coral color, but it's still very wearable. I'm so impressed at how blendable this is. You can build up the coverage. This is Elodie, the color, and I definitely want to pick up Christy, and there was another color that it was warmer or nude, a nude color that I would like to have as well, but one at a time. My Sephora sale loves or waiting list is getting longer and longer. I almost forgot about this beauty right here. I know I've mentioned it before. This is the Chanel, this is an eyeliner in Contour Clair shade 12, but I use this to contour my lips and my nose. You can contour your face. It is the most perfect contour shade for me, and it blends in so incredibly well, yet it stays put. I like to use it around my eyes as well. I'm still hooked on this. I think it is probably one of the most perfect lip and nose contour shades. If you are light medium, even medium skin tone, I think you could use this. Deeper, it's just gonna look great on you. Okay, I think those are all the makeup products. I have a couple lips, and that's gonna be it. So the one lip products that I'm wearing right now is the Kulfi in the shade Khadi Kiss. This is a beautiful nude brown that has a little bit of a cool undertone. I just discovered the Kulfi lipsticks this past month. I think I've used it in a video. I adore this color, and I think it is so flattering. You can build it up. Today, I built it up and I showed you on camera how I built this up. The color, it's like full pigment. However, after I kind of tapped my lips and took some of that shine away, and I really enjoyed this way as well. This is a great formula, moisturizing. It has a sheen to it, and it's amazing color. I think the color is the thing that I really like. The formula is great, but I will say making lipstick that is more satin and juicy is not as hard as finding a really good moisturizing matte lipstick. So the formula is nice, but the color is what draws me in and makes me use it often. I have here my makeup bag that is full with lip products, and this is kind of what I take with me. So here I can tell you what I've been using. Another great one is the Patrick Ta in color Blushing. It is another one that I've used a lot, and I think it is so beautiful. This is a new color from him, and I think it was needed. He had the She's So Single, I think. Wait, I have it right here. Yeah, She's So Single. Oh, she's single. I'm sorry. And this was beautiful, a little bit more warm, but he needed more pinks in his collection, more nudes, and he did such a good job. Oops, I have some yucky stuff there, but he has a lot of different colors, but She's Blushing has been the one that I went with, and I really like it. And one more thing that I want to mention is my Summer Friday lip tints. I have 3 colors, but this pink one's been just kind of my go-to, and I like to pair it with a really brown lip liner. This one right here is Total Taupe from Makeup Forever, but any lip like dark brown works really well. I also like the color Poppy. This is actually works better with the brown, but I just have been really enjoying that really juicy lip with a really brown lip line. So those are a couple that I reach for over and over again. Oh wait, I have one more. This is a surprise. This is a Sephora Soft Matte and Easy. This is in the shade 01. And I think these are really, really beautiful. It's kind of like a matte liquid lip, but I wear it blurred out. And it just is so pretty. I'm going to add a little bit here in the center. I love the effect that it gives. Isn't that so good? I think this is great. They don't have amazing colors. This is kind of the only one that I really like. I tried many other ones. They have great reds. They have an orange red as well that looks beautiful, but they don't have nudes. Great nudes. They have a really pink one, and this one is a little bit more warm, and I have to sheer it out to get the effect that I like. So I wish they came out with better colors overall, but if you're into reds, they have really good reds, and this one, 01, is wonderful. Last thing, I promise, but this is a little tool. This is from Real Techniques, and I kind of saw it as I was checking out at Ulta, and I picked it up. This is kind of like a sponge on one side and then a puff on the other side, and it's dirty because I've been using it, and I really like it. It took me a little bit to kind of get used to like holding this and playing with it. I like putting foundation on, even concealer, but it's kind of, I don't know, I almost feel like I'm pulling the foundation too much. I like to kind of tap this in almost like a beauty blender rather than like swipe. But I really like that it has both sides because the puff side is great. I kind of twist it like this or like squeeze, and I add my powder here. It works really, really well. I throw it in my washer and I put it in like a little pouch and throw it in there to get washed, and it works great. I haven't had an issue with it breaking. It's nice that the finger holder right here, you can put it on the other side. So whenever you use, it's just kind of nice and easy. I really like it. I think it was like $6 or something. And it's a great little tool, mostly if you're traveling. It was great. You don't have to wet that, by the way. And that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I would love to hear your thoughts down below, what you have loved in the month of September. Fall is here. Yay. It's still 80-something here. I'm like waiting and waiting, pulling out my fall fragrances, my thick socks and my sweaters, and you know, I'm like in like a tank top today and a onesie. What are these called? These are like the free people things. Anyway, they're great. I've been using them all summer long, but I shouldn't have to use them in the fall. You know what I mean? All right, that's it for now. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.